I just realized that I forgot to talk about this in my last review, but Derek left, y'all. Derek left Paradise. And I think I forgot to talk about it because I didn't care. Like, I didn't care. It just, I don't know. It just, anything concerning Derek and Demi at this point to me just doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem real. It seems very staged to me. So I gotta be real with you guys. You're my fam. We're honest with each other. I didn't care. Like, he left, I was just like, you didn't plan on staying anyway. I also think that he wasn't really into Tasia, and I think she kind of knew that. I think she knew that there was really no spark between the two of them, and that they probably would not be anything outside of Paradise. And that's not what she's looking for. She wants to be in a relationship. I really feel like she came here to get with somebody and really leave in a relationship. Unfortunately for me, I wish she didn't come here with those intentions. Here is why. Tay not being aware of the cameras, moving around in Paradise in such a shady way, in my opinion, has really tarnished her image as like Bachelor Nation sweetheart. I feel like she's let the guard down and she's become very comfortable with the cameras. So we're starting to see a lot of her personality, and it's not really likable. I wish she would have came here with a plan like Derek and Demi. The only issue that I have with Derek and Demi is that we can see the game playing out. I get that this is reality TV and a lot of this stuff is staged and edited and spliced together to give us a show, an entertaining show. I ain't got no problem with that. My only issue is I don't want to see you acting. I don't want to see you scamming. I don't want to see you putting the storyline together. Give me a show, but make me believe it even though I know it's not true. You know what I mean? Like, convince me enough. So that was my only real problem with Derek and Demi, and I feel like Tasia didn't come in and do any of that. She really came here for something that's beautiful and that's pure. But you're on TV, sis. You're on TV, and not only are you on TV, you are can we be real, a melanated woman, a dark black woman in Paradise. So there's a lot of weight on you. There's a lot of people looking at you who normally wouldn't be. Yes, there are other people acting a damn fool, but everybody's focused on you because you're not like the rest. And I just wish she would have came in with a plan. She didn't. Maybe next time she's on Paradise, she'll come in a little differently. And who knows, maybe there'll be another Bachelor winner show and she'll be on that and we can see her in a different light. But I just feel like, sis, you messing with your image. And you know what these shows, if you mess with your image, you mess with your money. I don't think you've destroyed your image. It's just, we're starting to see things about you that are not likable. Tighten up. Tighten up. Now we're at the point in Paradise where everybody is miserable. They have been on this resort or whatever, not even a resort. They have been in these bungalows for what, like up to 2 months at this point, and everybody's ready to go. They're hot, they're funky, they're just tired. They're being drained from this heat. The food is obviously not that good. They're tired. They're ready to go because at this point, when Derek decided to make the decision to leave Paradise because he didn't find a connection, everybody was envying him. Like, during this whole episode, people kept on looking at the steps like, man, Derek got out of here. I want to go too. Like, it was so obvious that they were all ready to go. They're ready to get to a shower that they don't have to share. They're ready to order food that they really want to eat. They're ready to be in some air-conditioned room. You know what I mean? Like, they are tired. They're tired and they want to go home. And this happens every season on Paradise. Like, it starts off real fun, flirty, and sexy, and then come towards the end, people are tired, having mental breakdowns, and ready to get the hell out of there. There's this scene where Tay and Mike are just like giving each other advice. You know, Mike is really helping Tay work through her issues with the JPJ. And I was looking at them too like, guys, what happened? Like, why did you two link up? Like, you guys look so good together. What happened? Did you just both put each other in the friend zone and just could not get out of there? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe they're not each other's type. It was kind of sad because I was just like, this would have been such a hot freaking power couple in Paradise, but it just didn't work. Tay, for some reason, is still sprung on JPJ, and a few of you have told me that they are still together, so I can't even go off the notion that this is what she's doing just to stay in Paradise. She's probably really into this dude. And you all know that I know her ex, not her ex-husband, her ex-boyfriend before she came on Colton's season. Guys, he's a really good guy. He is a really good guy. Hot, handsome, gentleman, very mature. I don't know what that didn't work out. And I'm not that type of person who will reach out and be like, what happened? You know what I mean? Because there was a part of me that was just like, should I check in and be like, what happened? What you want to say? But I felt like the only reason why I was doing that was like to tell you guys, and I just didn't feel right. So I just act like I don't know what's going on. But I feel bad because he's a really good guy. And JPJ is a good guy too, but he is just miles ahead of JPJ. But he's not on TV, so there's that. So let's talk about Queen Angela, okay? I call her Queen Angela because I had no idea that she's been on this island for like 3 weeks and has not said a word to Clay. Sis work. Sis work. She is living her best life and has paid him and that heifer, that corny heifer, Nicole, dust. Like, she has not been thinking about him. She has not been bothered by him. In her confessional, she ain't even talking about him. But Clay and Nicole, obsessed. So Clay is in his confessionals talking about Angela. I'm not in love with her anymore. I'm not attracted to her. I don't like her. I broke up with her for a reason. Boy, shut up. Because what you're saying and your actions are telling a totally different story. You're talking about you're over this girl, but you keep on talking about her. She's not even thinking about you. Sitting in the daybed by yourself, just looking at her. Wherever she goes, he's staring at her. She's living her best life, not worried about him, not even talking to him. And you and your little heifer is just sitting staring, watching her, then running to the confessionals to talk about her. Y'all obsessed with this chick. She don't even know that you exist, paying you dust, just like you're supposed to do, girl. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. This is how you are supposed to be around your ex. I don't know about you guys. When I'm done, like when I'm over somebody, I'm really over them. Especially the way that Clay is talking. Clay is saying he saw something in her that he didn't want, so he got out of the relationship. He dumped her. I dumped her for a reason. He kept on saying that. He's not a good guy. I used to think he was, but this whole situation with him and Angela, I'm starting to see him in a very different light. It's not good. He's like that good guy on paper or in front of people, but behind the scenes, not the nicest person. So anyway, he keeps on saying that he dumped her for a reason. I dumped her for a reason. I dumped her for a reason. While we're getting these shots of Angela just laughing, flicking her hair, getting a drink. I'm thinking, are you really over her? Because guys, we all have had this situation where we break up with somebody because it's just not working. It's just not, for whatever reason, it's not working. And for you, you've been out of the relationship. So by the time you break up, you're done. You know what I mean? There's nothing there. So if there's nothing there, Clay, if you dumped her for a reason, why are you still so obsessed? I can be around my ex. You know, I can see them with their partner. I can live my best life in front of them and not have any animosity. Because honestly, when I break up with somebody, I feel really bad. So I'm always rooting for them to move on with somebody else, even if I haven't, because I don't like to feel like I've hurt somebody. You know, me not wanting them, that rejection that I had to essentially give this person because I wasn't happy in the relationship is weighing on me because I know I hurt them. So when they move on, I'm rooting, I'm happy. I want to, you know, if I see you on The Girl, I'm just like, oh, you're gorgeous. I'm so happy. You guys are so great together. It's not fake. It's not phony. I want it to happen because then that lets me know that you're okay. So I can move on. Or if I have moved on, I don't have to carry that burden of the fact that I hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, if you didn't like Angela, you fell out of love with her, you dumped her for a reason, why are you so pressed? Why do you care so much? You dumped her for a reason. She has moved on. Wouldn't you be happy since you don't want the girl? Wouldn't you be happy that she's moved on? That she's not sitting over here fuming or crying over you? Wouldn't you want that? Why do you care? Because you're not over her. You're not over her. You probably have seen her walk into paradise. You saw her at that wedding and she looked sickening. You couldn't get yourself together. And you know good and well that the feelings that you have for her, you do not have for Nicole. So you want her to get out of the way so you can focus on the woman that you're saying that you love and calling your girlfriend. That's not your girlfriend. That ain't no chick that you love if you cannot focus on her because a woman that you said that you dumped for a reason is in your eyesight. She's not paying him dust. She's not even saying anything to him. And he is becoming so obsessed over a woman he dumped for a reason. Clay, you're not looking good, bro. You're not looking good. And then Chase comes into town. I don't know about JoJo's season. I didn't watch it, so I don't know anything about Chase. I want to ask you guys, is he a good guy? Because he's giving me something. I have very little to go off on about how I feel about him, so I'm asking you guys because I want to know the true tea about him. But Chase gives me jerk because I only have the little clips that we got of him at the reception, the wedding reception of Crystal and the Goose, and there was something about him in those scenes that just rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm wise enough to know that's not an accurate representation of him. It's just a couple clips. It could have been the liquor or whatever, but just the way he was taunting Blake, and I don't know. I wasn't a fan of his. So when he came into Paradise, I was just like, okay. So let me know the tea about Chase. Is he a good guy or am I reading him correctly? Let's talk. Anyway, he comes in and he goes right after Angela. I am elated, although I'm a little cautious because I'm still, not too sure about him. But I'm elated because I feel like I said before, Angela needs to try the men from her tribe. Because when she goes outside the tribe, it don't work. It don't work, especially when she come over to the Nubian Kings. It don't work. It does not work. So I want to see how this relationship actually works out, although I'm not sure if it'll work out. Because she was receptive to him. He was very receptive to her. But I feel like Angela liked the chocolate. I don't know. I tried to find another way to say it, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just have a preference. Sometimes there are things that just really get you going and you can't see outside of that. So who knows? I want to spend very little time on Tay and Nicole because I already talked about them trying to drag Angela in my previous review. So I'm not even going to really get into that because that already walked up my back and I'm not going to re-piss myself off. But I'm just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed in Tay. I expected her to come on this season and just own it. Be like the queen of Paradise. But instead, she comes into Paradise and she has been like a hater, a busybody, shady, in other people's business. And the only love story that she's leaving out of Paradise with is a love story with a man that looks like he needs to be in somebody's daycare. He is not ready. We love JPJ, but he is not ready. He is not mature enough for a relationship. And this is what you walking out with? This is what you walking out with, sis? You disappointed because we were rooting for you. We were all rooting for. How dare you, Tay? How dare you? And Nicole, corny. I'm telling you, we would not have been here with Nicole if Clay did not tell her that she looked like a better version of J-Lo. That's all that psycho needed. That's all she needed. So now she walking on this beach thinking that she hotter than Jenny from the block. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. And just as I'm saying this, I realize this, and I have to apologize to her. Anya was right. Anya was right. Everything that Anya said about Nicole was right. The only reason why we didn't believe her is, one, you were annoying, Anya. Can we be real? You were so annoying on Colton season. Annoying. Loved you so much better on Paradise. Really, really did. And the fact that we didn't have any receipts. The production did not give us any receipts of Nicole being shady and messy and a hater. However, I think back to Colton season, and I remember that one episode that we had where all the girls were talking to Nicole and was just like, listen, you do talk a lot of crap about people behind their back. You got to own up to it. And Nicole was like, no, but I didn't mean it. The tears got us. The tears got us. And Anya, I have to apologize, sis. You were right. You were right. I should have believed you from jump, but you was running around with this bad wig and this bullhorn and I wanted more for you. I wanted more for you. And so I'm sorry. I was wrong. You were right, and we should have listened to you. Now let's talk about Degrassi Blake, because baby, Degrassi Blake is in full effect. Blake realizes that he's probably not going to get a rose, so he's running around Paradise, just stalking women, staring at them through bushes, and just like, oh, I came here to find love. Blake, you didn't. You came to Paradise to wet that hammer. That's what you wanted to do. And unfortunately, you've done it to your own fault. You've done it to your own fault. So all of a sudden, this fool decides that now he's falling for Christina. It's been Christina the whole time. I can't believe this. I'm just now figuring it out. No, you're just trying to stay in paradise. Blake, you didn't even convince yourself that you were falling for Christina. Unfortunately, the only person that Blake convinced that he was falling for Christina was Christina. Poor girl. I said, this is the Dean situation all over again. Another guy taking advantage of this girl because they know that she will give them a rose and hold them down in paradise until the woman that he really wants walks down them steps. And it happened. It happened. Bree came down them steps and Degrassi Blake could not get himself together. And she came right after Blake. We didn't get in the confessional or not if he slept with her, but 9 times out of 10, if you are a woman in Bachelor Nation, you probably got the Blake hammer. You probably got the hammer. She comes in and she beelines it for Blake. She wants to take him out on a date. He turns her down because he's falling for Christina. Lies. He turned her down because he did not want to look like the garbage that he has been being in paradise. So he's just like, no, I turned her down because I'm here for you. Christina's having a whole breakdown about the whole situation. He finally lets her know after she has a breakdown in the bathroom with Haley looking around. Haley not even consoling this girl. Christina is falling apart. She sees the camera. She runs into a bathroom stall and Haley is just like, Haley was like, not my monkeys, not my circus. So anyway, Blake is trying this entire episode to convince himself that he is falling for Christina while simultaneously talking about how hot Bree is. Blake. Coming on Paradise was the worst decision you could have made for your image. You and Tay-Tay. I wish you guys would have came in with a better plan because we are seeing you both in a light that we did not normally see you in. You guys were like our sweethearts. And it's sad. It's sad and unfortunate for the both of you. It really, really is because I don't think that the damage that they've done to their image on Paradise is unrepairable. I just think it's a shame because they came in so strong and they're both leaving out so dry, so weak, so dusty. It's unfortunate. Poor Sydney. Sis, I feel sorry for you. I do. This was so cringeworthy to watch. So unfortunately, Sydney is falling for Matt, who for some odd reason in his 20s is now going through puberty. His voice was cracking the whole time. He was talking about his mom. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe Matt is like, a 16-year-old boy in a man's body. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't think that his brain is stunted. I think that maybe he was a kid that was very sheltered and also extremely mothered to the point where he was smothered. And now just doing adult things is uncomfortable for him. Chris Harrison had to come in and give him a pep talk to kiss Sydney. Everybody on the island is talking to him about kissing Sydney. Sydney is talking to him about him kissing her. All of production, all of Paradise is basically pistol whipping this dude into kissing Sydney. I would never want that. I would be so embarrassed if this was me. But ain't no shame in Sydney's game. She's just like, listen, I'm going to get a kiss because I want eventually to get a rose and actually leave here with something. Now, at first, I was just like, Matt is just, he's a guy that moves at a slow pace, too slow for Paradise, but fine with me, right? Then I was just like, maybe he's just a mama's boy and he's just been really smothered. So doing these things on camera is uncomfortable for him. That's another thing. I never once thought that Sydney wasn't his type. But baby, that was the reason. Because when Blake turns down Bree because he knew that he couldn't take her out on a date like he wanted to, she chose Matt. Y'all, Matt was rubbing on this woman's body, kissing on her. I said, who is this? This ain't 13-year-old Matt. Like, what is going on? He was in the zone, just having the time of his life with Bree. And then it hit me. He's not attracted to Sydney. Even that kiss that he finally gave Sydney after the whole cast pistol whipped him to do it, it wasn't the same. It did not have the same passion. It did not have all of Matt that he was giving to Bree. Sydney, he not into you. You not his type. Matt does not like you. He is all into Bree. And Bree is not into him. Here is why. Because Blake, let me tell you something. They set this show up. They give us a whole storyline before we even watch one episode of the show. Before we even see the trailer, there is already a storyline built. Let me tell you something. They did not leave in Blake talking about how attractive Bree is by mistake. They intentionally left that in because Blake is going to try to pursue Bree, and Bree is going to reciprocate because they got something. Because we all know that before Blake came to paradise, he was hitting up everybody. All the women that he slept with and probably intend to sleep with, he was hitting them up like, hey, are you going to paradise? What's going on? So he was already in a lot of girls' mind before they even got to paradise. And so I'm thinking that Blake and Bree are going to be the next couple that is probably going to once again make him the villain. Oh, Blake. You shouldn't have did this, dude. You should not have done paradise. You're not ready. You need to take a break from Bachelor Nation in general. Come back and do this whole thing like I was young. I was dealing with, the fame of this TV show. I'm more mature now. I'm really looking for love. I'm really looking for a wife. Even if you don't leave paradise with a wife, at least you come on here to repair your image. You got to do that. Take a break, bro, and come back because you have to repair your image. You have to. You and your hammer have done so much damage. So much damage. And people are still curious about it. Can you believe it? And when I say people, I'm talking about myself. Pray for me, please. Oh, Clay and Angela. I am so sick of Clay. I'm so sick of Clay. Angela has not paid him, Nicole, or that hating Tay-Tay any mind. But they have been talking, all of Paradise essentially have been talking about Angela. And she has not even been thinking about these people. She just wants to, probably find love or walk out with a little boyfriend or something, or just a dude that she's talking to. She's getting back up on the horse. You know what I mean? She was misled by this guy and she was dumped abruptly. She is now repairing herself. She is getting her groove back. Why are we hating that? We need to be celebrating that because Clay, who cannot stop talking about her, who is obsessed with this chick, wants to sit down with her and have a closure conversation. A closure conversation in paradise. The conversation that you should have had with that woman in the house that you shared. The conversation that you should have had with that woman that you told her that you wanted to have babies. Oh, he did that thing that I hate. He did that thing that I hate. What do you think our babies are going to look like? Men, don't do that. Don't start putting our kids together if you're not sure about me. Don't lead me down that road knowing good and well that I'm not the one for you. Because that's what Clay did. That is what Clay did. He had a problem with Angela wanting to be a housewife and a house mom. Wait, is a housewife different from being a house mom? You could tell I'm single. Are they different? Angela wanted to be a wife and a mother. There's nothing wrong with that. I hate when people try to make it seem like being a wife or being a mom or a woman wanting that there's something wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a partner who takes care of you while you're home taking care of the children and wanting that to be essentially your life. There's nothing wrong with that. Can we tell the truth and shame the devil? Don't no woman want a dude that we got to take care of or that we got to, to be honest with you, split the bills. We'll do it. You know what I mean? Because we're women, we can do it all. That's the thing. We can do it. We can do it, right? We don't want to. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not making the money that I really want to make, right? But I'm wise enough to know that, there are some people in the industry talking about me. So soon and very soon, I'm going to be making a nice little coin. Even when I'm making that nice little coin, taking care of myself, it's still going to be very attractive to me to have a dude come in and be like, no, I got it. That's just me. You know what I mean? That's something very attractive. Even though I can do it, the fact that you still got me, you know what I mean? The fact that you don't want me to do that because you taking care of, you taking care of me. I don't want to be with a dude that is just doing what I'm doing for myself. I'm already taking care of me. You know what I mean? Can you go the extra mile and, impress a chick, even if you know I can take care of me? Pay the rent, pay off my school loan. there's truth in comedy. I'm joking, but still, we do like to be taken care of. I don't know no woman who doesn't like that. It's not anything to be ashamed of. We have to really take that stigma off of, wanting a dude that makes a lot of money or a certain amount of money. Like, I would prefer to be with a partner who makes more money than I do, because if that happens, if we become parents, I want to know that if I got to step away from my job because I'm carrying life in my body and I need to take a little break, I want to know that you got us, that my husband can cover everything. I don't have to stress out while I'm pregnant. That is something that I want. And I think a lot of women want that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Do you know how hard it is to take care of kids? Let me tell you something. My best friend got 4 kids. 4. She lives in Philadelphia. I live in Los Angeles. I've only hung out with her and her kids a few times. I've never left that hangout with my bestie and her kids not exhausted. She does that 24/7. And she used to be a nurse. She just stepped back because it was a lot for her. Like, come on. Raising kids and being a wife is a job, period. It's a lot of work. And then there are women who are a wife and raise kids and got their own career. That is a lot of work. A lot of work. There's nothing wrong with that. To sit up here, take care of this woman, lay in bed with this woman, talk about what y'all kids gonna look like, and then dump her because of those things. Angela even said, she said, I never asked you to do anything for me. You were doing that. If you wanted her to do more or to contribute more, Clay, you should have said that. That is not what happened. I don't believe that is what happened. When Clay got that phone call that he could not play football anymore, he knew that the money was drying up. Instead of having the conversation with Angela, like, listen, if we want to move forward in this relationship, some things are going to have to change because I can no longer financially cover everything. That's how we started, but I can't do it anymore. Angela loved that dude. She would have did what she had to do. She said, I didn't want anything from you. You did that. And we all have had guys do that. But the thing is, his financial situation changed. And instead of communicating that with his woman, his girlfriend, his soon-to-be fiance, the woman that he was talking about having children with, instead of communicating that with her, he got mad. Again, I realized that dude was in a depression. I totally understand it. I told my story about it. I understood it. But to come out of that and not recognize your poor behavior during that time and to blame the one person who walked through that fire with you, dude, that's not a good look for you, Clay. It is not a good look for you, Clay. Y'all, I got so overheated because I realized that I forgot to talk about this one thing and I got so pissed. So pissed my hair is starting to rise. Can we talk about how Clay said that he dumped Angela because she didn't want to go to the gym? Are you kidding me? We didn't work out because you didn't want to do the things that I wanted to do. And Angela is just like, Clay, I didn't want to go to the gym for 4 hours. That's reason for you to break up with her? Are you kidding me? I just knew that if I married you and that if we had kids, I would have to take care of them. Nigga, that's the job. Sorry, mama, because I don't use that word. But there was nothing else that fit. There was nothing else. That is the job of a husband. What are you doing? You are not ready to be anybody's husband. I felt like I would have to take care of them. What you want to do? You trying to be somebody's husband. What do you think it is? What does it entail? What does being a husband entail for you, Clay? Because I'm curious to know. Because you just said the description of a husband and you said that you didn't want to do that. But you're trying to be somebody's husband on this show. You keep on saying, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for love, for a relationship. But you want somebody to marry you. Push your big-headed babies out of their body and you don't want to take care of them? You know what, Nicole? If you didn't show yourself to be so nasty, I would tell you to get out of this. But sis, you might need to sit here with this jerk. You and him need to sit in this stupid soup and live your best life. Y'all deserve each other. Angela, don't go back to him. Don't go back to him, sis. I hope you have watched this season and realized that you dodged a bullet. Hopefully it will work out for you and Chase, but we all know you got a type, sis. I'm not hating. I understand. Let's talk about the rose ceremony. So we get to the rose ceremony. Of course, Nicole goes first and she calls Clay up. Clay, no matter what, no matter who comes into paradise, you will always be my number one. Angela still don't care. Camera cuts to Angela and she's like, paying these fools dust. One could only hope to have people this pressed about you and you don't even know it. Angela, you doing the damn thing, sis. Don't change nothing. Nothing. Obviously, what you are doing got these demons shaking. Work, sis. Work. There's nothing that I have to say about Dylan and Skipper this week. But Dylan, was there not another shirt that you could have wore in Paradise? He walks up to get his rose from Skipper and like there are two huge rips in his shirt and they're not intentional. Did you not look in the mirror before you left? Like who does it? Like when I look in the mirror before I leave my home, I do the whole spin. The front, the outfit with the shoe. Dylan. But you know what? He's happy. Go ahead on. Blake has scammed his way into another week in Paradise. And baby, he is going to give us a show next episode. Because that hammer leads that boy. And that hammer is leading him straight to Bree. And Christina is going to have another ultimate Paradise meltdown. That's what we know her for. We know her for the Paradise meltdown. Are we going to have another scene of her on the bed having a whole meltdown with her whole body shaking, crying over a dude who never really wanted her? Are we going to get that from Christina? Yes. Yes. So Big Mike goes home. And it's sad. It really is. It's sad. Not because he's going home, but because he came into Paradise with so much power and left with like nothing. All the women were so attracted to him and then like, I don't know, their ovaries dried up. Like we were like, everybody was into him. The fandom, the women in Paradise were into Mike. And then he just, can we be real? He came off so corny. I think that Mike and black people, y'all know what I'm talking about. I think that Mike is probably one of them good church boys who tries to put on this black male machismo that a lot of black men from the inner city who are real roughnecks, they give off this essence that is dangerous but attractive and influential. It's our version of a bad boy, you know what I mean? And I think Mike tried to put that on and like mesh it with his good boy persona or who he really is. And I think when people just started to get to know him, that black machismo roughneck dude kind of wore off. And when it wore off, we just got corny Mike. I feel so bad because I think he's such a good guy, but he just came off so corny in Paradise. So corny. Like the buzz died down with him so quickly. And I think that's why he didn't get the Bachelor position. Because he came in with so much fanfare and him and Tay-Tay, just all the buzz just dropped. All of the buzz just dropped. And I think that's what happened. Like when the women finally got to know who he is, they weren't really interested in who the real Mike was because they were attracted to his persona because that's what he led with. I wish he would have led with who he is. Like Mike is a Black Baptist church boy. There's nothing wrong with that. Church boys are cute as long as they're not like a Luke, crazy Luke from Hannah's season. As long as they're not that, they're very attractive. All women want them. I kind of still want one. Kind of. I just think when the women got to know him, they just weren't really into him because I honestly believe that if Mike would have spent less time flipping on the freaking beach and trying to make a connection, he would still be there. But he's just, he's that tall, goofy, corny giant. Women were not into that. And I hope that if he does come back on Paradise, that he drops that persona and just leads with him so we can get to know who he is. And I think when you finally get to know who he is, you'll start to like him. You start to fall for him. But I think he leads with that persona and it's attractive. It really, really is. But if that's not who you are and we get to see who you really are, we're constantly comparing you to that attractive persona that you put on and not really giving ourselves time to get to know this person because you led with this one so strongly and it was something that was so desirable. So Mike, if you come back to Paradise, come back as you. Drop that big Mike thing with all the smiling and just be yourself so that we can start to fall for that guy because I think we will. This episode ends with Dean cutting off his mustache and coming back into Paradise because all of a sudden he's in love with Kaylin. Dean, go home. This is the thing. I don't believe any of it. Remember, guys, that Access Hollywood interview, I'm black, Access Hollywood interview that Dean did with, I forget the host, but he was so done with Bachelor Nation. He was saying how the show is fake. Everybody lies. All the relationships in Bachelor Nation are not really real. People are just doing it to get, Instagram followers and, reality TV star fame. I believe that he still believes that. I think that Dean is playing into the game. I really, really do. I don't think that he has feelings for Kaylin. I don't believe it. I think that he came to the show when they asked him to do it. He said yes. But he said yes because he's agreeing to play the game. He wasn't playing the game before. He was going out there just making all these decisions and not going about it in the right way. Now he's like, you know what? Everybody else is getting a check. I'm going to play the game too so I can get myself a nice little check and get myself some Instagram followers because like I said before, living in a van is expensive and he needs some gas money. He came back to the show to get his coin up. So this is a storyline. I hope that Kaylin, who is so confused about everything, I hope she doesn't fall for it. I really, really do because I think that her and Connor are equally yoked. I think Dean is a little bit older, but I just think early 20s and mid to late 20s, totally different seasons of your life. And I think that Connor and Kaylin fit better together because I feel like they're on the same page. Dean, I don't think he's ready for a relationship. He mentioned that. I just don't think he's a good fit for Kaylin. I think Connor is the one for her. Now, girl, don't read into this relationship too much. Please do not mess it up for yourself. You have a problem by going too deep, too fast, and it never works out for you. Dean comes into town. Dude, why don't you just go back to your van? Connor was really pissed off. He's such a cutie. Kaylin, do not dump Connor for Dean. Dean just came back because he wanted somebody to randomly bang in his van and he wanted gas money. He did not want you. Any woman could go in that van and get Dean's hammer, okay? You are not special to him. You're special to Connor, sis. Stay woke. Stay woke. Anyway, that's it for me. What did you guys think of these last 2 episodes? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you soon for something. I don't know. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow probably for Bachelor in Paradise, the following episode. Also, you guys have been hitting me up all over the place. Thank you so much. I love to be appreciated. Batch Chat will come back this week. Probably look for it look for it on Thursday because there's so much that has happened. I was preparing one batch chat and then Rachel and Brian got married. So I had to add that to my batch chat. So look out for that. I'm currently working on that review this week as well. So check back for that Thursday and check back for my next Bachelor in Paradise review on either Wednesday morning or Tuesday evening. I'm going to try to get them up really fast, but this week and the week coming up, really busy for me work-wise, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to try to do my best, but just keep on checking back. Click the notification bell so you can know when I post stuff. I normally post a lot of my reviews at night just because we're in a really bad heat wave out here in LA. It's been 90 plus for 2 weeks now, and I tend to do a lot of my filming and editing later in the day when it's a bit cooler. So click the notification bell so you can know when I'm dropping all this heat. Thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Love ya. See you soon. Bye.